All praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem Makar double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to the elected nation of Israel. I said I was going to do a video on this from the previous video that I just made, so here it is. It says, Luana Pinheiro becomes first female UFC fighter to be paid entirely in Bitcoin. And as I searched for this, looking for this article, I found out that when I saw an article from April 2022, April of this year, that said that bonuses have been getting paid. Some bonuses have been getting paid in these cryptocurrencies, right? But this is going to be the first time that that an athlete is going to be paid completely in crypto, man, or completely in Bitcoins. So Luana Pinheiro becomes first female UFC fighter to be paid entirely in Bitcoin. So maybe there might have been other UFC fighters to be paid entirely in Bitcoin. I'm not too sure. But the point is that it's becoming more and more popular for people to be paid in such a way. It says many believe that cryptocurrency is the future of blockchains and money payment systems. Now, many fighters have also plunged into the digital currency world, following the path of their peers who have benefited from it. So UFC, one of the main things that the UFC fighters complain about is that they don't get paid enough, because the best combat sport in terms of what wages you're going to get, forget talking about in terms of who would win in a street fight and all of that. I'm just talking strictly on who makes the most money. The people that make the most money are boxers, right? When Conor McGregor fought against Floyd Mayweather in a boxing match, he got paid more from that one fight than he had in his whole entire career. And through that, he was able to go into other business adventures. And that's where he's got the his whiskey company now that he has. I believe the money that he made from that fight, he was able to use that money to go into that. And if I'm wrong, then somebody can correct me on that. But I believe that that's where most of the money came from to fund that adventure, right? But I could be wrong, like I said. Let me carry on. It says the emerging strawweight prodigy Luana Pinheiro will become the first female UFC fighter to officially receive her fight purse entirely in Bitcoin, according to a press release from Bitwage. Pinheiro's boyfriend, Matthias Nicolai, who also happens to be under the UFC's banner, is already a part of the Crypto Cash Out Club. So yeah, I was wrong on her being the first UFC fighter to be paid in that way, and I was also wrong in my other video as well, where I said that she was the first woman to ever be paid in that way, or the first UFC fighter. I was wrong because he's been doing it, but she's the first female to do it. He's already a part of the Crypto Cash Out Club. Hailing from Minas Gerais, Brazil, Pinheiro is well aware of the current dramatic crash in the cryptocurrency marketplace, but she is hopeful that this state won't stay forever, and one day it will change her future. So she's got future plans in this placement, which some brothers might be into these kind of things, but they're doing it for a short term, man, and they're thinking of it in the short term. And let me just cut this 1 second. I'm gonna go and get some scriptures. Salakia, 1 second. All right, I'm back. So I wanted to go and get some scriptures, and I found the scripture that I was looking for. This is 2 Ezra chapter 16 and verse 39, because Israelites might be into many different things that they use to try and make themselves a bit of money. They might cast a lot. They might do a stocks. They might do a crypto. They might do a certain job. They might try and collect and get a trade. They might own a company or whatever. But they know that when the day of the Lord's wrath comes, that's all that's just gonna have to be cast away. And I'm gonna get the scripture that makes them have that belief. This is 2 Ezra chapter 16 and verse 39. Even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side. So we know that destruction is coming. So we ain't trusting in anything that we have on this side, man. And if we do, we'll be destroyed for doing that. Verse 40. O my people, hear my word, and make you ready to thy battle, and in those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth. He that selleth, let him be as he that selleth, let him be as he that fleeth away. He that buyeth, as one that will lose. So if you're buying and selling things, right? You're buying cryptos, you're selling cryptos, you're making money from it or whatever, or even if you're not making money from it, but you're trying to make money from it, right? Know that that's not going to make your salvation. That can just be used as can only be used as a way to make money in a short term. Don't think of it in long term. In about like 20 years from now, 10 years from now, 5 years from now, I'm gonna flip that. I'm gonna buy this. I'm gonna buy that. That's trusting in this world's longevity. But we're not here for this world's longevity. Yahweh doesn't want us to be in this world's longevity. And if Yahweh thinks that you're going to be doing it for this world's longevity, He'll make every single thing that you try and buy or sell come to naught anyway. If you have the elect in order to protect you from getting destroyed, man. The same thing with if you're trying to gamble. The same thing with if you're trying to go and build up within what particular industry you're in and try and get a better position and get more money, to try and get a better car, to try and get this and get that. He's not going to allow us to get things that are going to destroy us, man. He'll keep us away from anything that's going to cause us to get destruction. Verse 22, he that occupieth merchandise as he that shall not profit by it, he that buildeth as he that shall not dwell therein, he that soweth as he that should not reap, so also he that planteth the vineyard as he that shall not gather the grapes. So Israelites might be into certain things, man, right? That pass their time by to a certain degree. But if they have it, it's more of a snare than of a benefit, because they can end up trusting in it too much if it flourishes too good. Verse 44, they that marry as they that shall get no children, they that marry not as the widowers. So if you've got a woman, we're not supposed to be around with our woman as if though we're going to just be building up a society and stacking up a family around here, because Yahweh don't want us to be on that neither. They that marry not as the widowers, and therefore they that labor in vain. So this woman going about to try and get this wages in the crypto, right? Well, ultimately that's not what Yahweh is requiring of us right now. If she would have done it in the short term, then fair enough. If she's thinking of it in the short term, but thinking about this world in too much of a long term way can only lead to our destruction, man. And that's why a lot of the times the things that we try anyway, Yahweh causes it to not come to nothing anyway, man. He don't cause us to make nothing from it anyway. A lot of the time, because he knows that maybe if we was to get it, they would be wicked with it, man, and then they'd have to destroy us. Verse 46: For strangers shall reap their fruits, and spoil their goods, overthrow their houses, and take their children captives. For in the captivity and famine shall they get children. And they that occupy their merchandise with robbery, the more they deck their cities, their houses, their possessions, and their own persons, the more I will be angry with them for their sin, saith the Lord. So we ain't supposed to be trying to get up too high, because all that's going to do is make Yahweh be looking at us sideways, man. Like, what the hell are you doing? Right? Now let me go back to this article. It says, I don't think I will have a problem with Bitcoin going down or up, Pinheiro said via Bitcoin magazine. If it was not volatile, it would not go up either. Think about this. It takes on average 10 to 15 years for an individual to get a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. So my time preference here is equally long, if not longer. So she's thinking about 10, 15 years in the future as to why she done this payment in cryptocurrency. Because again, with combat sports, what a lot of these people are starting to realize is that they are worth more money than what they was getting paid. And Floyd Mayweather is one of those people that has made that be people's belief. So now people are starting to come with other methods to try and make money. Now you've got these athletes fighting in other fights outside of their main choice combat sport, right? You've got these UFC fighters making YouTube channels to get some money and to build up their fan base on the other side and in other things. They're not just trusting they're not just trusting in Esau 100%, and they're thinking in their mind that they can go alternative routes, which is what this whole cryptocurrency thing's about, because people believe that it's so-called decentralized, right? But yet there's a brother over here in the UK that goes into it on a regular basis about how the CBDCs is a regulated version of cryptocurrency, and all every single country has to do is make you have to pay for cryptocurrency payments in that country's particular CBDC, right? Central banking digital currency. And therefore, once they have you doing that, you always will, if you want to use your bitcoins that you have on another platform, you'll have to convert your bitcoins into the CBDC of whatever particular country you're in. And if you don't do that, you cannot spend it. And the way how they're going to make you be able to buy things with that CBDC anyway is through a device that is going to go within your hands or within your head. That's going to be the way that that's going to be pushed. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to post this video in the description box or something like that so that people can read it. I'm not going to go through the whole video. I'm through the whole article, and I'm going to read it afterwards by myself as other people can do themselves as well. So I'm going to say Shalom to the elect to the nation of Israel, and all praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Ba'ashem Rakah Kodash.